The Pennsylvania horse racing industry has a tremendous economic impact in the Commonwealth. Yes, thousands of people are employed at the state's 6 thoroughbred and standardbred racetracks. Trainers, grooms, jockeys, drivers, betting tellers, blacksmiths, veterinarians, and many others are employed at Pennsylvania racetracks. But the economic impact of Pennsylvania's thoroughbreds and standardbred horse racing and breeding industry is much broader, supplying the thousands of horses involved in Pennsylvania's horse racing industry with feed, like grain and hay. And bedding such as straw is an important component in the state's agricultural economy.
80% of our sales here is horse feed. We manufacture about 4,000 ton a year, and most of that, a good 90% of it, is all thoroughbred horses. Racetracks are tremendous consumers of goods and services. All the farm are so dependent on them because of all the hay and the straw. I mean, the feed with us, thoroughbred horse is a huge part of our business. We couldn't, all what we've done here in the last 8 years wouldn't have been possible without that.
Dennis Wolgemuth is the owner of Wolgemuth Auction LLC, which has locations in New Holland and Leola, Pennsylvania. Each week, farmers in Pennsylvania bring truckloads of hay and straw to auctions like this located around the state. Farmers hope that their best crops will catch the eye of thoroughbred and standardbred horse breeders and owners who pay top dollar for high-end hay for their horses.
They're buying the top quality. It stretches the whole market, and with the good quality and the demand for the horse hay.
The state's racing industry has created manufacturing jobs as well. One Pennsylvania company, Farmco, specializes in manufacturing horse feeders. Michael Beeler manages the family-owned company Farmco in Ronks, Pennsylvania. The manufacturer currently employs 14 full-time individuals, all from the local community.
Over the past 10 years, we've increased our market share in the equine industry to about 25% of our total sales. We are constantly looking at expanding, and we discussed how are we going to be able to create more sales and more models, more feeders, and more product. The equine industry is a very important part for our growth and success both now and in the future.
Farmco currently distributes its products through a mix of 3 distributors, 150 vendors, and direct sales. The business that Farmco receives from the equine industry benefits other small companies in Pennsylvania as well.
So as a manufacturer, we get to choose where we buy our raw materials, and we choose to buy it locally. We see that having a big impact in impacting the local community around us.
Transporting thoroughbreds and standardbred horses between breeding farms, stables, and racetracks have created demand for another manufacturing industry in Pennsylvania.
We supply trailers to breeders, horse farmers. We sell to individuals who are commercially hauling.
EV Trailers opened its business in Pennsylvania in 1938 as a manufacturer of horse trailers. Thanks to its substantial growth, the company opened a second manufacturing facility in Pennsylvania and now employs hundreds of Pennsylvanians.
Having a healthy racing environment here in Pennsylvania certainly brings more business to us, and along with that, it also affects the breeders and the commercial haulers who are hauling into these locations. So yes, it has a significant impact on us.
Like Farmco, EB Trailers also uses local Pennsylvania-based suppliers. The state's equine industry also has an economic impact on the hospitality industry in Pennsylvania. For example, Pennsylvania has gained a reputation as the top location for standardbred breeding. That reputation is why the Standardbred horse sale, held at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex, has become the largest standardbred auction in the world.
This is huge for Pennsylvania and for standardbreds, and I tell everyone, including our state legislatures, that this is one of the best kept secrets. This is a sale that people come to from all over the world and bring money to Pennsylvania, buy Pennsylvania bred horses. It's awesome.
We get an international crowd here. You know, there's people here from Sweden, there's people here from France. We've even had people from Russia here before. So this is an international event. And what it means to the economy of Pennsylvania is huge. Some people don't realize that the horse industry is one of the largest agricultural industries in Pennsylvania.
In addition to buying Pennsylvania-bred horses, the global buyers who travel to Pennsylvania for the Standardbred horse sale deliver a $3.4 million economic impact for the Harrisburg region's hospitality industry.
Hotel people tell us that this is one of the biggest weeks of their year, with people coming from Scandinavia, all over the world, and staying here, keeping the bars open till late, and it's a big economic boon to the state.
To gain support from the rural legislators for legalized gaming, track operators agreed to allocate a portion of their slots revenue to increase incentives for horse breeders and boost racing purses. Those breeders' incentives and higher purses have attracted many new breeders to the state. Today, the number of thoroughbreds and standardbred horse breeders in Pennsylvania has grown to more than 2,500. One of those new breeding farms is Diamond Creek. Originally based in Kentucky, Diamond Creek opened a facility in Pennsylvania in 2012. 12 people are employed full-time at the 200-acre standardbred horse farm in York County.
The way the Pennsylvania breeders' funds and everything was coming up, we realized that this was a really great place for us to have our mares.
Farms like Diamond Creek serve as economic drivers in their local community as well.
I definitely think we have an impact. we're in a very small town. Wellsville is fairly small. We do try to use locally sourced companies. And everything you really think of, if there's a local way we can get it, we do try to do that. We believe in supporting the community as a whole.
Pennsylvania is basically where you want to be in standardbred racing, and primarily we've got some of the best purses out in the industry, and then basically if you are a stallion, you want to be able to stand in Pennsylvania. It's where all the best stallions are standing, and we certainly think that we've got the best stallion shed around in the industry, one, and then definitely within Pennsylvania for sure.
Construction and maintenance of horse barns and stables has created significant business for companies like King's Construction. Based in New Holland, the company specializes in construction of equine facilities.
We started 40 years ago by my brother and I, and by a small job, and he got one horse barn in Penn National. From there on is where the equestrian work had all taken off to where King's has built up to today. Our business has expanded, especially in the type of buildings that we've been doing, meaning more higher end, very unique type buildings versus what we had done 20 years ago.
According to economic studies, Pennsylvania horse racing and breeding delivers a $4 billion economic impact and employs more than 20,000 people in the state.
No matter what jurisdiction you go to, it's going to mean jobs. It's going to mean employment for people.
But the economic impact and job creation is likely far greater. The equine industry supports hundreds of farms throughout the state that supply hay, feed, and straw. Pennsylvania's racing and breeding industry also has spurred growth for manufacturing and construction companies like Farmco, EB Trailers, King's Construction, and many others. So the next time you visit a racetrack, keep in mind that the racing industry is a major driver of the state's economy, with thousands of Pennsylvanians who rely on the continued success of horse racing for their livelihood. This is a Pennsylvania Horse Racing Association production.